What's up, guys? If you're new here, hi, my name is Crystal and this is Crystal's Copia, where we live a life of abundance. And I have a fun video for you today where we're going to talk about some tips for when you are renting a vacation rental by owner or an Airbnb. We do this a lot. We have a big family, and so it's a great way to get out of town, to have a getaway, which who doesn't need a getaway right now with things going on? It's just been so crazy. So if you're still wanting to travel but you're not ready to fly, then this video is going to help you when you're renting. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let's get into it. Also, guys, if you like videos like this, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It lets me know the type of content that you like, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a video with me again. That being said, here we go. All right, so my first tip for you guys when picking a VRBO or an Airbnb is to be very particular about your location. It's all about location. It's so important. I know sometimes when you're researching for properties, it's easy to look at the price first, but I'm telling you from experience, guys, we've done both, where we've paid a little bit more and had a better location and paid a little less. And what ends up happening is we end up spending more when we're not in the right location because we're constantly traveling or we're not able to utilize the VRBO to its full potential. Think about location. What I like to do is I want to pick something that's centrally located. So I want something that's near the beach or the lake, wherever it is that we're going to be spending a lot of time. And I also like to pick something that is close to a grocery store, because one of the perks of having a VRBO, which is my second tip, is to have a kitchen. This is going to save you so much, especially if you have kids. It's great because what we like to do is we like to usually do one meal out. So for example, this last weekend we went to the Ozarks with our daughter for her senior trip. We took some of her friends, but we had a really good time and we were close to a grocery store. So what we did is we ended up eating one meal out a day, which was usually out on the boat, which was great because then we didn't have to pack a cooler full of food. We just knew we were going to eat out on the boat. And then we did breakfast and dinner at the house. Have a kitchen, have something close to the grocery store. That's going to save you a lot of time and a lot of money. And then you're not going to be wasting time traveling, to go to the store. It's just really close. That's important. Location and have a kitchen. All right. So my third tip when renting a VRBO is to have a place that comes with laundry available. So whether that's inside the condo or the house or close by to laundry access, this is going to save you on what you need to pack. I think that it's so important when you have laundry in the place that you're renting. It's great because you don't have to pack as much clothes. You can do a load at night. It's very easy to throw something in at night and then in the morning get it drying before you go. You don't have to pack as much swimsuits. It's just so nice to travel lighter. You're just going to feel better when you're lugging this stuff around. So have a place with laundry. It's also nice if you're going on a beach vacation or a lake vacation to have a place where you can wash the things that you're going to repack, so then they're not smelling up your suitcase and leaving you with a lot of laundry when you get home. My fourth tip is to rent a VRBO or Airbnb that has an activity that you can do there. So for example, when we were in the Ozarks, the place that we were renting had access to a pool. It also had access to a hot tub and a boat dock so that we could rent a boat and just pick everyone up from the boat dock, so we weren't wasting any time traveling there. Also, they could swim off the docks. It was filled with activities. It also came with games. A lot of them do. They have games that are free to play. Ours had a shuffleboard inside the condo that we were renting. Having those activities there is going to save you so much money, because then you can plan a day where you maybe just have a pool day, or you just have a day where you swim off the dock or lay out or whatever. But if you have those activities there, it's great for something to do at night. If you have small children, or even if you have teenage children, they could go sit in the pool while we were making dinner. It just maximizes the time when you're on vacation if you have access to some sort of activity. Also kind of encompasses my fifth tip, which was be close to the pool or the dock or the beach, which again goes back to location. So having something that's nearby the things that you're going to want to do for activities is really important. Okay, so my sixth tip, Wi-Fi. Okay, you need to have Wi-Fi. You need to have Wi-Fi so that at night you can stream things when you're sitting down and relaxing. You also need to have Wi-Fi if you're gonna try to work at all while you're there. And also if you have a kid above the age of 1, I don't need to tell you why you need Wi-Fi. It's a non-negotiable. Make sure they have Wi-Fi. Okay, my seventh tip is you wanna pick a VRBO or a Airbnb that provides some things for you. This is a huge saver when it comes to packing, especially if you're flying to the VRBO and you don't have to pack floaties and things like that. A lot of places will provide things for you, like games. They'll provide kitchenware. They'll provide laundry soap, things like that. Those little things all add up to money and room in your suitcase and room in your car for what you're packing. So for example, our VRBO, like I said, came with some games. They had some things that we had access to just that were always there at the place. And that was really helpful. Beach towels. We didn't have to pack any beach towels. And those are bulky items that can really take up a lot of space. And so do your research, look and see what kind of things they provide, that you don't pack them and just so you know you have access to them. So that's a great one. Okay, my 8th tip is to pay attention to bedrooms and sleeps. This can be a little tricky. So for example, this last weekend, we went to a place that slept 8, which was great because we had 8 people. However, it only had 3 bedrooms. And so 2 people were always on the pull-out couch, which wasn't a huge issue. They're teenagers, so it wasn't a huge issue. But here's the thing is, my husband and I wake up quite a bit earlier than they do. So we were constantly waking them up unintentionally because the kitchen and the living room were one open space. And so keep that in mind. Also keep in mind the floors. So if you have small children and you want them to be close by, pay attention to the levels that the bedrooms are at and how many people are sleeping where, because if you're going with all adults, you don't want to put, 3 couples and 1 couple's in a room with bunk beds. So pay close attention to the bedrooms and the sleeps and the sizes of the beds, because sometimes when you're booking, you can miss that point and it can really make or break your vacation. Also, certain VRBOs and vacation rental by owners, and they have different levels of bedrooms. This is really great if you have school-age kids. You can always have them sleeping upstairs, and then downstairs you could have older kids that are going to be staying up later, or adults. It's a great way to not wake up sleeping children early in the morning or late at night. So keep that in mind when you're booking. My 9th tip is what to pack. Okay, so this is something that you kind of learn as you go by renting. So that's why I'm giving you this information now, is when you are packing for a VRBO, really take the time to think about what you're going to be doing there and what you're going to be eating there, because certain grocery stores are standard. They have, coffee, milk, meat, things like that. But if there's a dish that you're making that maybe requires a bunch of different spices, but you would like to make it when you get there, or maybe there's spices that you're going to be using if you're grilling all the time, take the time and plan those out ahead of time. And you can fill up little Ziploc bags, or you could even use a little pill organizer to put spices in. But it's a great, easy way. You can pre-measure everything at home. You're not buying a bunch of stuff when you're there, and then it's just dump and go. So things like that, dip mixes, if you're going to be making like a dip, any kind of seasonings, things like that you can pack ahead of time, oils, cooking, things like that. It's easy to decanter those items and take them along, and then you're not having to buy everything and then bring it back and have a cooler. Because what we like to do when we're there is we like to buy enough groceries that we are having plenty to eat while we're there, but we don't want to have so much that we're lugging a bunch of these groceries home, especially condiments, because they're not great in the cooler, and it's just, you can get water inside them. It's a pain. So take the time to kind of plan out your meals, at least roughly, and bring those things that take up minimal space in your suitcase, but then you don't have to go out and buy individual items of all those things. Same thing with like aloe. We always take a small bottle or decanter some aloe, because it seems like we buy aloe every vacation, and then we would have like all these bottles and we would never use them. So this will help save you money, and then you're not wasting time at the store as well. My 10th thing is what not to pack. I have found there's certain things I just don't need to bring when I'm going to a VRBO, and one of those things is nice outfits, because what ends up happening is the great thing about having a VRBO or an Airbnb is you do spend some time in the place, whether it's eating, making breakfast and dinner, or just chilling there playing games. And so I end up not dressing up like I would if we were going to go to dinner. Bring more casual clothes. Don't overpack the fancy stuff, because chances are if you're staying in the place, you're going to be in vacation mode, you're going to be using the pool and everything, and so you're not going to need the fancy stuff. Also too, keep in mind of what they're providing, so you don't need to bring games if they already have them, floaties, beach towels, things like that. So really pay attention to those descriptions, and feel free to email the owner. That's the great thing about VRBOs, is you can contact the owner directly, and they'll tell you what the kitchen comes with. They'll tell you what kind of games or activities are nearby, and really pay attention to that, because it's going to help save you room and time that you're not overpacking and bringing stuff that you don't need. Bonus tip here with the meal planning. Okay guys, when it comes to meal planning for VRBOs, this is like my go-to favorite thing. When we go to the store, we bring all of our spices with us. When we go to the store, we try to buy things that we can use for a bunch of different items. So for example, we'll buy spreadable butter, because we know we can add butter to potatoes on the grill. We can add butter to the pan for eggs in the morning. We can add butter to toast. So try to pick items that are going to be dual purpose and you can use for a bunch of different things. So that's one of them. Also, we like to do a big breakfast at least one of the days that we're there. So we will buy the Bisquick. It's like a plastic jug. I'll leave it here, a picture here, and you just add water, you shake it up, and it makes pancakes. Is it the most nutritional thing? No. Are we on vacation? So it's like whatever? Yes. But things like that will make your life easier. Think about that with snacks too. Get snacks that can double as things you're going to take on the boat with you, or things that they can have at night, things that you can maybe turn into a recipe. So try to pick dual purpose items, because that's going to increase your chances of using those things up and not having to pack them and bring them home. If you have a VRBO that has an ice maker, put one of the big mixing bowls in there, dump the ice in there, and allow it to make more. This is a great hack to save you money on ice. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.